Tired of the same old holiday cheese ball? Let's spice it up. Today, I'm gonna show you how to make a Cowboy Candy Cheeseball. It's gonna have bacon, cheddar cheese, all the goodness of a traditional cheese ball, but with that spicy, sweet flavor we know and love from Cowboy Candy. My name's Nancy. Welcome back to Nancy's Homestyle Kitchen, where I show you how to cook real food with simple ingredients and no pressure to be perfect. So normally, every year, I jar up some Cowboy Candy. It is a simple syrup with a bunch of jalapeno slices. You let it set for a couple months and it is fantastic. Just poured over a block of cream cheese just to dig in and put it on some crackers. So this summer, while I was enjoying some of that, I thought, you know, we can totally make this into a cheese ball with a traditional cheese ball recipe that has like sharp cheddar cheese and some bacon and nuts. And then I just found my local Walmart is now carrying a brand new product from Mount Olive, and they are candied jalapeno slices. So this is the perfect time to show you a recipe because now all of these ingredients are readily accessible. So let's review the ingredients. As always, everything will be listed in the description box, and I'll go over the exact measurements as I'm adding them to the food processor. But this is what you're gonna need. I have a half a pound of sharp cheddar cheese, half a cup of bacon bits. Now you could cook your own bacon and crumble it up. I'm just opting to use the bacon bits that I get from Costco in the big bag. You need some green onions. I have two containers here of green onions. These really bright green tops I'm gonna save for the outside of the cheese ball. And these green onions here, they're about 2 tablespoons each, but these green onions here, I'm going to add into the cheese. And then we have the star of the show, the candied jalapeno slices. So again, I make these from scratch. If you want to make them from scratch, there are a million recipes on the internet for Cowboy Candy. But this is just a really nice and quick option to have. And I think these jars were $2.48, so it was really, really inexpensive. I have a block of cream cheese, some ricotta cheese, salt and pepper, and lastly, I just toasted some pecans. So let me get this cleaned up and we'll begin processing. We're gonna make everything using the food processor. So to begin with, I have my cheese grater attachment put in the food processor, and I'm gonna run this half a block of sharp cheddar through the grater because we need 3 cups. Just take the lid off, and I'm gonna pour this into a separate bowl. Is this even 3 cups? Let's measure it. I may need to do a little bit more. I may have underestimated. Ooh, we might have to do some more. Yep. Brimsley, can you get me some more cheese, please?
Yes, my lady.
The magic of YouTube. Having a willing and helpful husband. Aww. Doesn't hurt. So let's do 3/4 of a pound of cheese. Okay, for sure that is gonna be plenty. And then just dump all this into the bowl. And then we're gonna put the blade attachment in here so we can start mixing up the cream cheese. And just use the same bowl because we're gonna put cheese in it anyway. So you need half a block of cream cheese. This is gonna make 1 cheese ball, or you could make it into like a loaf. I don't think calling it a log is appropriate, but you do you. So 4 ounces of cream cheese, which is half a block of cream cheese. You know what, let's cut it into a couple little slices. Okay. Then we need 4 ounces of ricotta. So this is a 15-ounce container. So I'm gonna take roughly 1/4 of the container of ricotta and put it in here. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna help that cream cheese kind of be more soft and spreadable. If we just did cream cheese and this cheese and we chilled it, it would be really tough, like just trying to cut into a really cold block of cream cheese. And we want it a little creamier. So we're gonna start with that. And let's pulse this a few times. Okay, you can see it's mixing up really easily. Then let's go in with our 3 cups of cheddar cheese. We're gonna sprinkle about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we want about 1/2 teaspoon or so of cracked black pepper. I need one of those electric ones. You just hold it over there, and I don't have to watch my arm flapping in the wind on TV. Yeah, things that happen when you do YouTube that you look at and you go. Okay, green onions, that's 2 tablespoons of green onion. And this is more of the white part. I want to save the bright green vivid parts for the outside coating that we're going to mix later with the chopped pecans. Okay, pre-measured 1/2 cup of bacon bits. And lastly, we're going to go in with the candied jalapeños. So I want, sorry if I moved out of camera. I want about a 1/4 cup. Now the one thing I do notice with this Mount Olive brand is the juice is much thinner than when I make it. It's more syrupy, but this is also really good. If you have a pork roast that you want to either put in the crock pot or in the Instant Pot and just roast it all day and make pulled pork, you could put the roast in, dump this whole entire jar over the top and roast it. It is so good. Okay, put the candied jalapeños in there, and we're just gonna pulse it. We might need to stir it a few times. So this is chopping up everything. I don't want to go too much because when you dig into the cracker, you still want to see the bits of bacon, green onion, the cheese, and the jalapeno. So don't overdo it. Just move it around because sometimes it'll tend to kind of ball up a little bit. So just give it a stir and go back, pulse it a few more times, and we're going to be done. You can see there's a big ball moving around in there. Okay. Clear this off because what we're going to do is we're going to dump this out onto some plastic wrap so that way we can shape it and put it into the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours or overnight. Okay. I really need to get this to where you all can see it. Let's just dump it and let the blade come out with it. So I'll just set that here. Okay, now it'll be much easier to get everything. All right. So now we want to kind of use the plastic wrap to start shaping it. And it doesn't seem like 4 ounces of cream cheese and 4 ounces of ricotta is going to make a big cheese ball, but look at how much this is making. It's actually really big. Okay, so we'll just kind of pull it up, shape it into a ball, and then we're gonna put it in the refrigerator. And then when it comes out, after it's chilled, we'll be able to roll the ball tighter and get it really nice and shaped. Then all we have left to do is chop up these toasted pecans here. Still kind of hot. We'll chop these toasted pecans up and mix them with the green onion, and we will roll the ball in that coating and we'll be ready to go. So this makes awesome gifts for the holidays. So I could get 2 of these out of that 1 block of cream cheese. I have plenty of candied jalapeños to go around. So then the other ingredients are really just ricotta and the cheddar cheese and some spices. And you have nice gifts in a basket or with some crackers, or take it as a hostess gift to a gathering or Friendsgiving or a Christmas dinner. Anyway, I will be back later on and I'll show you how we finish this up. It is the next day. I just pulled the cheese ball out of the fridge and now we're gonna make the topping and get it coated. and I'll show you how that looks. So here's the green onions. We're gonna pour those out, and I just use a plate. We don't need anything fancy. And these are the tops of the green onions that I chopped up yesterday to put inside the cheese ball. The green is, I just wanted that color, so I opted to keep the top of the green onions in there. And then I want about a half a cup. Doesn't have to be perfect. So, not sure if I mentioned, but to toast the pecans, I just put them on a baking sheet in a 350-degree oven for 10 minutes. Now, pretty much when I cook or bake or anything with pecans, I always toast them because it really brings out the flavor. It is so much better. So even though I have some extras, they will not go to waste because I will use them for something else. So let's open the plastic wrap. At this point, I could form it into a ball if I want. I could make it any shape I want. But I kind of like this semi-ball, flattened oval thing we have going on here. And you can see the indentations from the plastic wrap here on the cheese. It's not gonna matter. So just get in with your hands, and I like just kind of tossing it over. And I just do that little bit so I can grab it and not get cheese ball all over my fingers. And you just want to roll it and smash it and get this all coated. And it is chilled, so it has firmed up. So you kind of have to really get in there and mash all of those little bits of green onion and toasted pecans all on the sides, the top and the bottom. And here is the finished Cowboy Candy Cheeseball. As you can see, I've paired the cheese ball with 2 different types of crackers. By all means, use any type of cracker that is your favorite. These just happen to be ours. And I also wanted to let you know that if you want to change this up a bit, instead of having the chopped green onion on the outside, if you want to finely dice a jalapeno and mix that in with there, it's going to kick the spice level up a notch. If you do that, I would also recommend chopping up some fresh jalapeno and also adding that into the cheese, because the candied jalapenos aren't really hot or spicy. They are just more sweet with that jalapeno flavor. So with all that to say, let's go ahead and give it a try. There is a lot of nuts on the outside. I'm gonna try to get here so you can see what the cheese looks like, because you can see the bacon. There is some cheddar cheese. So this is gonna be the perfect bite. And it's gonna be a big one. Okay, let's try. This is so good. You get the smokiness of the bacon, the sweetness of the candied jalapenos, the cheese, the toastiness of the pecans, just a slight hint of onion. Again, if you want to spice it up, put that fresh jalapeno in there as well. But if you're going to give it as a gift and you don't know if they really like spicy food, this is mild enough to give as a gift. And if I was hosting a party and someone brought this to me as a hostess gift, I would be over the moon excited. Anyway, I hope you like this recipe. I wish you a happy holidays. Give it a try. If you do, let me know in the comments. And as always, if you like this, please give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I will catch you on the next video.